Okay, we're ready to learn about elapsed time. Elapsed time is the amount of time that passes from the beginning of an activity to the end of an activity. Here's an example. Alicia and her family visited the Kennedy Space Center. They watched a movie that began at 4:10 p.m. and ended at 4:53 p.m. How long did the movie last? In other words, how much time has passed between the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie? So we know that the movie started at 4:10 and it ended at 4:53. So our start time is 4:10 in the afternoon. And our end time is 4:53 in the afternoon. So 4:53 is when we're going to end it. Okay? We're going to use the number line to figure out how much time has gone by from 4:10 to 4:53. We can see that this jump is 10 minutes. From 4:10 to 4:20 is 10. And this jump is another 10 minutes. So that would get us to 4:30. And then the next jump is also 10 minutes. 4:30 plus 10 is 4:40. And then we're going to jump 10 more minutes. From 4:40 plus 10 is 4:50. Now if we jumped 10 more minutes, we would go past 4:53. So we're going to change our jumps to 1-minute increments. 4:50 plus 1 is 4:51. Plus 1 more is 4:52. And then 1 more is 4:53. So to figure out how much time has gone by, we're going to add the minutes together. 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. Well, we have 4 tens, so that's 40. And we have 3 ones. 40 plus 3 is 43. The elapsed time from 4:10 p.m. to 4:53 p.m. is 43 minutes. So that means the movie lasted for 43 minutes. So that's one way that we can solve an elapsed time problem. Let's take a look at another way. We could actually count on an analog clock. Remember, the movie started at 4:10, so our minute hand would be on the 10, and our hour hand would be a little bit past the 4. And when our movie stops at 4:53, our hour hand would be a little bit closer to the 5, so I'll draw a dotted line to show where it would be. And our minute hand would be at 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 53. So this is where 4:53 would be. So to figure out the elapsed time, we have to figure out the time that passes in this area. So remember, we can count from one number to the next by 5 because there's 5 minutes between the hour numbers. So we'll start here and we'll count 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, but here we cannot count 5 more because we go too far, so we're going to count by 1. This would be 41, 42, 43, and we get the same response that we got when we use the number line. So there's 2 different ways. Now let's look at one more way. Because our hours are the same, we can subtract the minutes. So we'll put the ending time, 4:53, at the top, and we'll put our starting time, 4:10, at the bottom. And we'll subtract it just like we would if we were using tens and ones. Okay, so 3 minus 0 is 3. And 50 minutes minus 10 minutes is 40 minutes. So we'll put that in that place. And no hours have passed. So it's 43 minutes that have passed. And we can do this because our hours are the same. I will show you in the next video how to subtract time when the hours are different. But that's another day. So let's recap. You can figure out elapsed time using a number line and jumping on the number line and then adding the amount of minutes that you jumped. You can figure out elapsed time by figuring how far the hand had to move on an analog clock. Or you can figure out elapsed time by subtracting the start time from the end time when the hours are the same.